Hello, hello. How y'all doing? Um, this is David with I'm So Offended. Just gonna do a really quick video, actually, here. Get the get this out of the way real quick though. I'm not an attorney, and I don't practice law, and this is all for informational and educational purposes only. I'm not liable for anything that you guys do. And all I do is share, you know, share truth and share what's really happening. May or may not apply to you. So that's it. So I just came on here real quick to tell you guys that I'm I'm in a custody situation. So we all saw that I beat the contempt, and I haven't had any issues with child support in court or anything like that. In but I'm still dealing with the custody issue. So I dug myself out of a hole last year, and um, and I've been and I'll admit, I was in a really really bad place custody wise, because custody and child support are separate issues, right? So I actually did have an attorney help me out for custody, because that's different. If you have an attorney for child support, that's giving consent and jurisdiction. So I had an attorney for custody, and it just went really, really well, because I basically had the case laid out, but the judge wasn't listening to me basically, and so I laid out the case for my attorney, to which we went in exact, like our the ruling was even more than favorable. Like, me and the attorney worked in tandem together, where we were both writing things down during the trial, and she would feed me notes, I would feed her notes, and we just killed. And I had her just come in just for the purposes of trial, and I learned quite a bit. And and since then, um, we killed during the trial as far as custody, and I've killed now two motions since then, three motions that I've killed on my own, because obviously I couldn't afford an attorney or anything like that. This was just because I put myself in a hole, and I'll be really honest, it's because the whole property thing with children and all that doesn't work. So I'm gonna let you guys know right now that wherever you see that, wherever you hear that, whatever it is, that doesn't work in a court of law. Sure, back in the old times when the Constitution was written, a man was the basically everything was what a man's household, and the man owed everything, and everything was property, right? So we're talking like old school law, right? The same way that you see people bring up old school law, like they don't honor that, they don't respect that in court. They don't, unless you're talking constitutional law, where you're going to the Supreme Court, and even then they only hear certain cases. So you know when we're talking custody, um, it is a separate issue from child support. So dealing only with custody, right? Because I had beat the contempt and I was doing fine there. Um, custody was a whole different animal for me, because those are judicial hearings, because it has to do with your constitutional right to your kid, right? To your son, to your daughter, and whatever. So you have to use their language, you have to use their rules. And so that's what I've been finding out. And what I've been realizing. So, in talking to guys that also have this custody issue, I'm like, well, just look at the rule. What does the rule say? This is why they filed these temporary orders. This is why they're doing they're doing, and your response just has to come from that. And it's been working out for me. So we did well in the trial, and but I was in a really really deep hole. So I'll explain in a few coming videos. But if you guys would like, I could. I mean, like when people call about the child support thing, the custody issue, I feel like is simpler in a way, because you're just dealing with the other person and their family law attorney, and everything is a whole bunch of hearsay, right? But they have to follow the rules. As opposed to child support, I mean, they could incarcerate you, and the attorney general and like everybody has has a hand in it because they could make money. When it comes to the children, they don't care. The courts doesn't care, so that's why things go either way, as long as you create the best argument for their rules. So um, I'm considering, talking about custody issues. If somebody wants to call me and talk, and if I feel I know well enough, like, then I guess that could be also a point that I could start emphasizing and start showing, because it's separate from the child support thing. So that's why it's something I'm considering, because I just had court yesterday. The baby mama, an attorney filed two motions against me. They want to change the judgment. They want to change the parenting time. They want to do all these things, and I defeated both of their motions on my own. Um, like, just reading the rules and replying properly, and I killed it. Like, so I'll put up the video and I'll show the paperwork and everything. If you guys think that that's something that you might be interested in doing, and seeing also, how to respond to certain custody motions and understanding the rules and the procedure, I can do that. Like, maybe you guys could leave comments and say, like, yeah, like, we would be interested in also hearing about that, because I mean, it's just my journey, you know what I mean? And those things may or may not apply to you. However, if you have a final rule judgment, and the baby mama's attorney is trying to change your parenting time, and they're trying to change things in the ruling, and you don't think that they should be changing it, well, look up the rules. So, like there's proper ways to respond to that. You want to be prepared for that. And what I did is exactly that. And so I filed my own motion, and I won and defeated their opposition. I filed, then they filed two motions. I defeated them both. And it's it's pretty good. It's cool. It's cool the way it happened. But anyways, so that's all I'm here to say. Just that, if you guys think that I should put up, basically the motions that I'm defeating, the motions that I'm filing, the procedure that I took, what it was I did, what they responded, how I responded, how I portrayed myself, even like the court videos and stuff like that. If you think I should do that, just let me know if you guys would be interested in that. And then, if I keep kicking ass, and, like, then maybe I'll take phone calls for that. As I do say in the emails that I send to you guys, I only tell you what I know and what I have experience in. And if I can't find the answer, I will say that I can't find the answer, or I don't know the answer, or I'll try to find it. And if we don't receive resolve by the end of the call, like, honestly, like, then I'll give you your donation back, because you could use that towards, paying for a consultation, for instance, with an attorney or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I've never had anyone ask for their money back. I answered everybody's question of anybody that's, called me, and I've steered them in the right way. And I've even provided certain, documents or certain things like that. It just depends on the situation. Something quick. If you want me to take the time out to, like, truly put something together for you, well, I mean, we're not talking attorney's fees, but it is going to take my time. It does take my time. But ultimately, I do this to help you guys, because I wish I had known and I had someone help me. So that's what I'm here for. So let me know in the comments if you would be interested in seeing how I'm going through my custody issue, and how I've prevailed 3 times in a row in court so far, and how I'm beating their motions, and what it is I'm doing. And and it be interested for you to see, what else I'm doing in court, and just all of this. So y'all let me know. Also, I'm gonna do a video on certain things that you guys can use when you're just trying to get like a license back, for instance, when you're just trying to get a passport back, for instance, or whatever, or some things like that. You know, at least the ways to get there. It's up for you guys to also request it the right way, to motion it or petition the court the right way, and also to be able to know how to make your argument. All right, so I'll tell you this: it all came down to procedure. Procedure. That is how I'm I'm getting these. Procedure is what it is. All right, guys.